Hi, welcome to Life with Bella. I am your host, Bella Thornett, and today we have a very special treat. We are going to be interviewing the renowned author, poet, and civil rights activist, Maya Angelou. We cannot wait to interview her, so stick around and she'll be right here. So, the beautiful and lovely Maya Angelou. Can you tell us a little bit about your life as an early child, Maya?
Well,
When were you born?
on April 4th, 1928, in St. Louis, Missouri.
Beautiful.
My mother's name is Vivian Baxter Johnston, and my brother is Bailey Jr.
Oh,
Bailey,
you wrote a lot about Bailey in your books. Did you get along well?
Bailey was the closest my family ever came to creating a genius. When I was young, we moved to Stamps, Arkansas, to live with my mama, who raised Bailey and I. We lived behind the store that she ran.
So, Maya, you said that your family, or you and your brother, moved to Arkansas to live with your mama. Your mama's your grandmother?
Yes.
Okay, so you went to go live with mama. Why did you move there?
Well, the Great Depression hit blacks very hard, and my mother couldn't afford to raise two children, so we moved with my mama to live a better life.
Oh, interesting. So, when you moved, do you think that you had a better life living with your mama?
Well, Uncle Willie and my mama, and Bailey and me lived a good life, and they taught me good Christian values.
Mm-hmm.
Mama would make the meals at the Johnson grocery store and serve them to people. Mama always told me that the most important thing in life are God, honest work, and family.
Mm-hmm.
Even when I didn't speak, Mama knew I loved her. She would always tell me, Mama don't care what these people say, you must be an idiot, or you must be a moron not to speak. Mama don't care. Mama know when you and the good Lord are ready, sister, you're gonna teach all over the world.
That's beautiful. So you had a very good relationship with your mama then?
Yes.
Beautiful, beautiful. In some of your books, you mentioned that you were a selective mute. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Well, it's kind of hard to talk about, but when I was a child, I was raped by my mother's boyfriend, Freeman. I had never felt so defenseless in my life. So I told my brother Bailey. Bailey told my family, and then 4 days later, the man's body was found beaten to death. I was so scared that it was my fault that he died. I didn't understand that I wasn't the reason he died, but I blamed myself.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that my words killed him, and that my words were my biggest weapon. I was scared of my words, so I decided not to use them for 6 years.
So, you were selected mute for 6 years. Is there anybody in particular that you did talk to? How did you express yourself?
Yes, I spoke to my brother Bailey. For 6 years, I would tell Bailey things that he would go on and tell our family.
Oh, and is this when you began writing, when you first really felt that push to write?
See, what's interesting, honey, is first I wanted to be a singer. After I moved back to my mother's house in California, I received a scholarship to study dance at San Francisco Labor School.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, I had to drop out. But at 14, I became the first black female cable car conductor in San Francisco. I wrote my entire life but wasn't published until after I had been an adult for quite a while.
Okay. So, you used writing as sort of an outlet for yourself, to be able to, communicate with others. Is this something that you did throughout your life, or,
See, I use writing to express myself because although I didn't speak, I still wanted to have a voice.
Mm-hmm.
I also wanted young women who felt voiceless to know that sexual abuse is not okay and that they are not alone.
That's beautiful. So that's the main that you have over 50 honorary degrees from colleges all over the country. That being said, you wrote in one of your books that you dropped out of high school when you were 14 to help your mom work. Can you explain that transitional period in your life? Did you go back? What happened?
So, after working for a while, I returned to school and graduated at 17, right before birthing my son, Guy.
Okay. So having a son at 17 must have obviously been a tremendous hurdle to overcome as a young woman. How do you think you got through being a young single black mother?
Well, I had many jobs when Guy was young, and I'm not ashamed of what I did. I had to put food on the table for my son, and singing my calypso music wasn't enough to keep a roof over his head. I wrote about it in my book, Gathered Together in My Name, because I felt like young people are never told what their parents did as young adults. I worked as a prostitute, a table dancer, and a madam to make sure my son was fed. I have all kinds of skeletons in my closet, and I'm not ashamed to tell people.
Beautiful, beautiful. I think that's so inspirational that, you had decisions that you had to make to support your family. And, being able to read the books that you wrote about your young adult life, I think have really helped a lot of young mothers out there. So you were obviously a renowned author and poet and activist. Can you tell me a little bit about some of your written work over your lifetime?
Well, honey, I don't want to brag, but I have written 7 autobiographies and many children's books. I write to inspire people to be the best person they could be, regardless of their skin color, gender, or age.
Beautiful. And your pen name is Maya Angelou. I understand that your given name is Marguerite Annie Johnson.
Many people don't know that.
Why did you come up with the name Maya Angelou?
Well, Bailey used to call me my sister, which shortened to Maya. I used the name Maya Angelou to promote my career as a calypso musician and professional dancer.
Beautiful, beautiful. It's a very distinctive name.
Thank you, honey.
So, as a treat to our viewers and our audience at home, Maya is going to be reciting the very first stanza of Phenomenal Woman. So, do you need any preparations before we begin?
No, honey, I'm good.
Okay, go ahead.
Pretty woman wonder where my secret lies. I'm not cute or built to suit a fashion mouse size. But when I start to tell them, they think I'm telling lies. I say, it's in the reach of my arms, the span of my hips, the stride of my step, the curl of my lips. I'm a woman, phenomenal woman. That's me.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for coming to our show.
Having me.
Thank you. You get a poem. You get a poem.